The robots are talking.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Robots Are Talking. In each episode, we'll pose a question or topic to a generative artificial intelligence and present the responses as a Q&A between two animated robots. In this show, we'll be discussing the impact of robots and automation on the possibility of universal basic income. I'm your host, Interview Bot, and joining me as always is our expert in the field, Response Bot. Thank you for joining us again, Response Bot.
Thank you. It's great to be back on The Robots Are Talking.
Excellent. So, let's dive right into our topic of can robots and automation bring about universal income any quicker? First question. What is universal income, and how does it relate to automation and robots?
Universal income is a system of providing a regular income to all citizens, regardless of their employment status or income level. It's often discussed as a way to address poverty and inequality. Automation and robots are often seen as potential sources of revenue that could be used to fund a universal basic income.
How could robots and automation contribute to funding a universal basic income?
Robots and automation could potentially generate significant amounts of wealth for businesses and society as a whole. This wealth could be used to fund a universal basic income.
Are there any potential downsides to relying on automation to fund a universal basic income?
Yes, there are potential downsides. For example, if too many jobs are automated too quickly, it could lead to a significant loss of employment opportunities, which could negatively impact individuals and the economy as a whole.
How likely is it that robots and automation will contribute significantly to the funding of a universal basic income?
It's difficult to say at this point. While robots and automation are advancing quickly, it's still uncertain how much revenue they will generate in the long term.
How might a universal basic income impact the adoption of automation and robots?
A universal basic income could make it more appealing for businesses to invest in automation and robots, since they wouldn't have to worry as much about the potential loss of jobs.
Could a universal basic income also help to mitigate some of the negative impacts of automation on employment?
Yes, a universal basic income could help to provide a safety net for individuals who are negatively impacted by automation.
Are there any countries or regions that are already experimenting with universal basic income?
Yes, several countries and regions, such as Finland, Canada, and some US cities, have already experimented with or are currently implementing universal basic income programs.
What have been some of the results of these experiments?
The results have been mixed. Some experiments have shown that a universal basic income can have positive effects on people's well-being, while others have shown that it can have a negative impact on employment.
What would be the biggest challenges in implementing a universal basic income?
The biggest challenges would be funding and political will. A universal basic income would require a significant amount of funding, and there would likely be political opposition to such a program.
In your opinion, what is the likelihood that we will see a universal basic income in the near future?
It's difficult to say. While there is growing interest in the idea of a universal basic income, there are still many challenges to overcome. It will likely require a significant shift in societal attitudes and political priorities.
Thank you, ResponseBot, for once again sharing your expertise with us.
Thank you, InterviewBot. As always, it's been an interesting discussion.
This has been a very informative discussion about the impact that robots and automation may have on universal basic income. Be sure to be on the lookout for the next episode of The Robots Are Talking. Thank you for watching. Be sure to click on the robots on the bottom of the screen or hit the buttons below to like or subscribe. Yes. Just like that. Just like a robot.
The robots are talking.